Well, hello everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done a video for you guys, and obviously this is going to cover some updates. So for those of you that aren't aware, I do have a new car. Gone is my 2017 S60, and this is my 2020, and this one is also an S60, as you can tell. This specific one is a T6R design. I opted for the denim blue color this time, which is one of my favorite parts about this car. It really is beautiful inside and out. I've really been wanting a car with color since my Accord was silver and my last S60 was gray. I wanted something, you know, that was an actual color this time. So I picked this up actually at the end of November. So I've had this for about 4 or 5 months now at this point, and I've really been enjoying it. It's a huge leap forward from what my previous S60 was. And I will say I most definitely liked my last S60, but this car I love. So I'm just gonna take you guys on a quick little walk around on the car and give you my impressions on what I think. So please note that these are the opinions of myself, Thomas Callahan. These are not the opinions of Volvo Car USA, which actually is the company that I now work for. This specific vehicle is an employee lease as well. So I'll have this for a year and then I'll be able to order a new vehicle. But anyway, I'll just take you guys on a little walk around on the vehicle. First and foremost, I did get the upgraded wheels. These are the 19-inch R-Design wheels. 18-inch wheels are standard. I just didn't love them, so I did decide to go for the optional wheels. Some other features of the R-Design, you do get these black painted mirrors just to differentiate it from the Momentum and Inscription trims, just to make it a little bit more sporty, as well as the blacked out window treatments. And then up front, you do have specific R-Design splitter up in the front, as well as my fog lights too, but I'll get to that in a second. So coming around to the back of the car, you can see dual exhaust back here and my badging, T6R design and all-wheel drive with Polestar engineered. So what this means is this is the T6 motor, which I'll get into in a little bit, all-wheel drive, and it also has the Polestar tune. So it has an increase of horsepower and torque over the traditional T6 motor, just like my T5 car, T5 S60 did. So definitely has a lot more pep than my old car, which I'm excited about. I did keep the overseas delivery plates on it as well from my old car, from when my father and I did it about 15 years ago. Got to keep those on. And as you can see, I've moved to New Jersey now. But I still did pick up the car from my previous dealer, Lovering Volvo, in Concord, New Hampshire. But as a whole, I really am loving this car. I think it's beautiful. It stands out on the road. But at the same time, it's not overstated. It's very beautiful, but doesn't call attention to itself necessarily. But anyway, let's get on inside. I'll show you guys the inside. All right, so this is the inside of my car. This is the R-Design specific interior. A couple of goodies that you get with the R-Design interior are these seats, which I absolutely adore. They do call them Nappa with open grid textile. So you'll be able to see the Nappa leather here on the sides, but you do have this really nice textile here blended in, as well as your white stitching. I also do have a power seat extension, which is fantastic for comfort on long drives. Absolutely love it. And I'm sure a lot of you know Volvos have fantastic seats. These are no exception. Other R-Design highlights, you do get Harman Kardon radio as standard. You can get the upgraded Bowers & Wilkins sound system, but I decided to pass on that for this car. You also, in the R-Design and Inscription, get this leather stitch dash, which I think is beautiful. It really just adds an upscale feel to the car. Hop inside. More niceties to the R-Design. You do get this leather wrapped steering wheel with the white stitching, and you do get R-Design badging on the steering wheel as well, and steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. So let's start the car up. And with all modern Volvos, with the exception of the XC40, you actually turn this knob to the right with your foot on the brake, and that turns the car on. So let's do that. All right. So that's the signature Volvo chime. So as you can all see, I have 5,445 miles on the car. I am currently averaging about 26 miles per gallon, and that's fairly accurate. In my own calculations, I'm averaging about 25.5, so the car's not too far off. So let's go throughout the interior. My car, of course, does have Volvo's 9-inch Sensus touchscreen. As you can see, there's some fingerprints on it. I apologize. But it works quite well. For 2019, Volvo updated the processor in all of their vehicles that have this, and it increased the speed by about 50%. So it's very easy to use, very responsive. You can go back and forth. Definitely a big fan of it. And then this car also does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which my previous S60 did not have. So that's been really nice to have for the integration of my music, as well as various audio functions for Apple Music and Spotify. All right, so going further around in the interior, another thing that I love about the R design is that they come standard with a black headliner. That is optional on other trims, but I just think it adds a very sporty look to the interior, and it's very cohesive with it all being black. And it doesn't get too dark because up above me, I do have the panoramic moonroof, which actually is standard on all of the R designs. All right, so going into a couple of other features on the car that I do have, I decided to go for the advanced package, which does give you the heads-up display here, which I'm not really sure if it will show up on the camera. It will show you your current speed as well as the current speed limit of the road that you're on. Also included in the advanced package, you do get Volvo's 360-degree camera. So let me show you that. So I get a great view of all the cars around me while I'm parking. Do find it very helpful. And I also do have parking sensors in the front and the rear that are standard on the R design. In addition, I do get the active bending lights, which means that they will turn with me as I go around corners. Where are those? There they are right here. I can turn them on and off. And I also do get cornering lights too. The fog lights double as those, and at low speeds they light up to give me more illumination around corners. Then lastly, in the advanced package, you do get heated windscreen washers, which is really helpful in cold weather. So I'm most definitely a fan. I also sprung for the heated seats, heated rear seats and steering wheel package. Heated front seats are standard. Obviously, we don't need those right now, but the heated steering wheel has been really nice to have. My last S60 did not have that. In addition, as you saw, I got the upgraded 19-inch wheels, the Polestar optimization, as well as rubber floor mats. Very necessary. So I'll show you guys under the hood, but again, like all modern Volvos, there isn't much to see. So purring away is my T6 motor. This is Volvo's 2-liter supercharged and turbocharged 4-cylinder. In the stock form, it makes 316 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That is sent through an 8-speed automatic to this car's standard all-wheel drive. I have the Polestar optimization. So what that does is it brings your horsepower up to 330, and your torque is brought up to 325. So that makes significant significant gains in power, and it's mostly in the mid-range that you're noticing the extra grunt. So you're noticing better drivability with this motor, with this tune, I should say. Can't disparage the regular tune. It's perfectly fine for most people, but it just adds a little extra pep. So let's close that. But basically, in summary, with my quick improvised video here, this is a huge upgrade from my last car. The handling, it corners very, very flat compared to the last car. There's very little body roll, very little understeer compared to the last car too. So this one is definitely more fun to chuck through the corners. And as well as having that T6 motor, I have almost 100 horsepower more than I did in the last car. So, it's a lot quicker. This will get out of its own way without any issue. Not that the last car didn't, but this will definitely scare you and push you back in your seat. And gas mileage, about 25 miles per gallon combined. It's right where you'd expect it to be, rated at 21 in the city, 32 on the highway. So overall, I'm very pleased with this car. I will have it through the end of November of this year, and then I will be expected to reorder something different. I may go for another S60 R design. I may decide to do a V60 cross country. I haven't decided yet, but overall, absolutely loving this car. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to post a comment below, and thank you so much for watching.